Ladies and gentlemen, I have a proposition for you. We're going to watch some Dota. It's going to be the Sneaky Nyx Assassins versus Team Leviathans. Leviathans coming off a victory against Root Gaming. Pretty good stuff. 18 minutes stomp. But SNA, they're undefeated here in the Americas. Taking a look at our grid, they're 4-0, I believe, with SNA, with the Leviathans picking up their first win just today, sitting on 1 and 3. I say taking a look at our grid. Grid, no. I don't know. Maybe no grid. Ah, there we go. We've got a grid. Woo! Alright, it was a tough one. So Leviathans, their win has not updated, but they are 1 win, 3 losses. SNA, 4-0. Still have to verse the big bad EG, but it's all about getting in that playoffs race, and then, well, anything can happen. And with a 4-0 record, pretty much guaranteed a top 4, more or less, at this point. They have to face Leviathans, EG, as well as one more opponent who I'm not sure exactly who that is. It looks like it's EHUG, since EHUG don't have a loss. So they've got probably 3 of the tougher teams left, but guys, this draft is racing along. Holy crap, I'm going to jump right into it because it's almost over, as it will be Leviathans over on the Radiant side, SNA playing over on the Dire, and, well, we'll hop ourselves into it, quickly run through one of our picks. It's going to be a bit of a speed draft, as SNA did have second pick. So first pick was the Brewmaster, and SNA responded with a Lycan Witch Doctor. They've been first picking Void left, right, and center for TC playing that carry Void, but this time around they decided to take a different track, and Leviathans will grab the Void as well to go with the Brewmaster. So from there, SNA picked up the Naga Siren, Leviathans got the Venge, SNA got the Chira, and Leviathans got a fourth pick Legion Commander. I want to say this is going to be a support Naga Siren. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I'd say still slightly leaning towards the support Naga. I feel going Naga and Lycan both as carries is way too greedy. I don't think I've seen a draft where we've had like a safe lane Lycan and a mid Naga as your 2 cores. I just think you've got 2 heroes who need too much space, need too much farm to be effective. So I think look towards maybe the kind of like off-lane Jakiro with a Naga Witch Doctor support. I say Naga especially as a support because the Song of the Siren, a great way of dealing with the Void Chronosphere, even of dealing with like a Legion Commander duel, any kind of initiation that may come in. So I like the Song of the Siren against this draft as like a nice utility spell. You get it as whether the Naga's a support or a carry. So we'll see what SNA have in mind with this last pick or two, and it's going to be the Necrophos. So Lycan likely to be in the mid lane, and Necrophos your safe lane farmer, and then that does put Jakiro into that off-lane position with the Naga Witch Doctor supports. There are other ways you could do this if you want to run the Naga core. I mentioned it's probably not happening, but you could do Naga mid, Lycan safe lane, and like some kind of like Jakiro Necrophos dual lane in the off-lane with Witch Doctor supporting Naga up top. But I would kind of go away from that a little bit. I feel that it's just way too greedy with the Naga being played as a farmer. This Song of the Siren is going to be what the Naga's picked for, and also just being a pretty good aggressive support. Riptide and Snare giving you a lot of killing potential here with the Witch Doctor plus Naga. And, well, we've also got some good setup. The Song can go into the Ice Path Macropire. You can get Witch Doctor into a good position for the Death Ward where he's not going to have it cancelled. And I like this SNA draft a lot, actually. So we'll see how Leviathans respond. They've got 3 melee heroes all as their core heroes. So likely going to be the Brewmaster mid, the Void offlane, the Legion Commander safe lane. I guess the Void and Legion Commander kind of can be swapped around as well. Legion can even mid while Brewmaster goes safe lane if you want. Brew can offlane. I mean, all 3 of these cores go any of the lanes. Brew can safe lane, mid, or offlane. Same for Legion. Same for Void even. Less so towards the mid lane, but some teams, especially in the Chinese scene, have been running that solo mid Void. So we'll see what comes from Leviathan as their last pick. Need another support. It's going to be the Dazzle. Throw in some heals to help out against, I guess, you get initiate on with the Song combo, and you want to have a Grave and some heals to kind of negate some of that damage, but how much is it really going to do? I think maybe more so about the Weave. The bonus armor can help against the Death Ward, against TC's damage output, but still, Necrophos is just going to be a great hero to have. If you see that Reaper Scythe coming in, you can look for that Fast Fingers Grave to save them, and that's where Sunken's going to have to be on his A game to try and prevent those Reaper Scythe kills coming into play, as it looks like we'll have Brax playing on that Necrophos, probably in the safe lane. So guys, we'll get ourselves into it and introduce our 2 teams in just a second. Our last game of today, only 2 America games for you guys today, unfortunately. A bit of a short broadcast, but we've got lots going on here at the BTS studio, with the Summit 2 just around the corner, less than 2 weeks away now, as we're going to get plenty of fun stuff coming out for you guys with that event. We're going to be announcing our viewing party soon for those of you in the LA area, or even just in California, or even outside of California. If you want to make a trip, come to LA for a bit of a holiday. We've got a 2-day viewing party. It's not going to be just the Sunday this time. We've got Saturday and Sunday. We'll get players down there for some signings. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have a lot of just BTS stuff down there as well. And, of course, you can watch all the games have a beer and, well, enjoy some good food. So, well, we'll see how things go. These teams played last night at 3 in the morning. It was in I-League, and because it's I-League, it's a Chinese tournament, they're like, you guys need to play on Chinese times, and these guys are like, what? So, SNA won that series 2-0 over Leviathans. It was 3 AM Dota, so I don't know how much you can take from it, but still SNA are definitely the team in better form here. 38% packet loss, 43 for Noosham. Yikes. USC servers. This is what Cuddle Guy had to endure yesterday. Some bad packet loss. Do I get it here? No, I got 0. 0% packet loss, boys. Get on my internet level. Good old Verizon holding strong for us today. So it looks like teams are maybe ready to go here. As probably more so on the server side of things, but it will be. I'll introduce our two teams on the Radiant side. Leviathans. I got 2-0'd just last night by the Sneaking Assassins. Noosham the support, Vengeful Spirit. We're going to have Sunken the other support on the Dazzle. Shibi going mid lane on the Brewmaster. Will be Legion Commander being played by Shredder, and that puts Jenkins onto the offlane Void. Whoa. Not much regen for him. He went this Poor Man Shield first item, gets pulled 2 Tangos, and the fact he didn't buy any Tangos ourselves, I think they may be going for a dual lane here, because you can't send a offlane hero with no regen. Okay, he's got 2 Tangos, but these have a 60-second cooldown, and you need more than 2 Tangos, generally speaking. So that's your Leviathan side. On the Dire side, it's the sneaky Nyx Assassin. We're going to have Whitebeard on the support Witch Doctor, TC on the safe lane farming Lycan. Brax is actually going to go mid on the Necrophos. Puts Ike's Mike on the offlane, farming Jakiro. Fluff going to be playing a support Naga. And that's it. Okay, I was like, wait, is there one more? No, I already introduced Whitebeard. And Fluff, double ring of protection build. This is apparently a thing. It gives him 6 armor. It doubles up his armor. He's got 11 base armor. This guy has 320 base move. I was about to say, like, the other options go boots first, but Naga has insane base movement speed. Fluff can be so aggressive with this. He's got to worry a bit about the magic damage, the nukes, but that's kind of limited. Even if Venge stuns him, like, that's how much magic damage are you talking about? 100 magic damage, and the right clicks that follow will do next to nothing. This gives him 11 armor and 41% physical damage resistance. This is just insane. He's going to go for like a Tranquil Boots Bassi type combo here, so he doesn't even lose value when he sells these off. Like, often you see some players go for the double ring of protection and just sell them off and lose a bit of money, but get the value out of the bonus armor during the laning stage. But nope. We'll see Tranquils, we'll see Bassering most likely, although Mike, I'm going to protect himself, although maybe thinking he's going to go for some Tranquils on his side of things as well. So top lane, Jenkins, it's going to be dual lane versus dual lane, with the support of the Dazzle up against the Witch Doctor Lycan. And bottom lane, the Jakiro Naga. You can see here, these right clicks do nothing. It's the new kind of stout shield, this double ring of protection build. People are like, wait, it actually blocks as much damage as a stout shield. It's 100%. It probably blocks a tiny bit less than the Stout Shield proc, but it's every single time. It's all right clicks because of its damage reduction. And on top of that, it builds into Tranquil Boots. It builds into Bassering. And that's where this double ring build is really strong. So you get the survivability of a Stout Shield, maybe even a little bit better. I mean, obviously, you spend 400 gold compared to the 250 of a Stout Shield, but it scales. It's not like a wasted slot. You get the Stout Shield, you're not building a Vanguard on your support Naga Siren. So it's a very effective build, which a lot of players are starting to pick up on nowadays. Maybe Tranquil Boots just too OP is probably part of it. I actually think Tranquil Boots are way too good a value for supports, but at the same time, I don't mind supports having kind of really good cost-effective items that they can build. Ensnare, Dual Breath, Shredder. He hasn't got the mana for the heal. This is slightly problematic. Fluff taking kind of heavy right clicks here, but that's where the double ring build is coming into play here. Mike still chasing, has another Dual Breath. Shredder's actually going to salve himself up on the trees, so could look to come back in, but completely mana depleted is his big issue. So they trade a lot of blows at this bottom lane, and there's your Bassering. It's double Bassering? Yeah, they got double Bassering. These auras do not stack, but Fluff not always going to be sitting next to the Jakiro. Makes his way down there, and I don't think Mike's plan isn't to sit on this Bassering. He's going to disassemble this and get Tranquils plus Yules. I'm 90% sure on that. This is like like Tranquil Boots plus Sage's Mask give you so much sustain on like a Jakiro who's got decent base intel, so you get a lot of benefit out of the Sage's Mask. But for now, you buy the Sage's Mask, it combines, you get your Ring of Bassi, but expect this to be disassembled. Over towards the mid lane. How's CS doing? 6-2 to the 16-4 of Necrophos. Shibi is just getting pummeled. That ain't good for your Brewmaster, and that's, I would say, unexpected. It's slightly Necrophos favored being the ranged hero, but Brewmaster normally does just fine and trades farm with heroes in the mid lane. He's got a regen rune, so he should just be using this clap somewhat liberally. And even went for the value Drunken Haze point, although I'm not a big fan of this because it's not something that really ever seems to help Brewmasters that much. Against like a TA, it seems to do okay sometimes, but I'm not sure how much. It hasn't helped him here. The CS speaks for itself. This build has not paid off. As Brax, well, working that RNG, going to get a miss on that one, but it doesn't have the longest duration, and you miss a CS or two, but it just kind of limits Brewmaster and what he can do when he has to kind of use an early skill point on Drunken Haze, which you'd almost rather have in your Drunken Brawler, or even like even that single point of stats can help a lot on Brewmaster. He's got a pretty small mana pool. So, bottom lane, Shredder trying to get up to that Soul Ring. Then he won't have those mana problems. Last time they went on him, he couldn't actually get the press the attack off, but being able to purge the slow from Dual Breath and hopefully get yourself out of there as a result is going to be key for him. And there we go. He's got his Soul Ring. So bottom lane is going the way... I mean, looking at the top 3 farmers, all on the dire side. So all 3 lanes, SNA are out-farming their core counterparts. And that's with a 2-1-2 setup from both teams. So both teams have a 2v2 in the side lanes and a 1v1 mid. This is going like way back, old school, original Dota 1 days. You go back 6 or 7 years, and this is the only kind of laning set people know about. TC will get jumped on. This is not going to be a kill, I don't think, but they're just trying to zone him out of this lane, and with the Orb of Venom, actually, that early bash, and they're actually going to get this. Surprised they get that, but with Orb of Venom, and with the Witch Doctor out of the lane, he got a very early bash, which really helped out. If he doesn't get that bash early on, maybe he doesn't get the kill there, but TC even had boots for that, and still gets brought down, so nicely played here. Fluff is rotated towards mid lane, level 3, and I think trying to make use of this Brax level 6 as soon as he gets it. If they get a Reaper kill, you get that plus 30-second respawn timer, which is massive early on. And if Chibi goes for a last hit here, he's in a lot of trouble. But he is going to pop the bottle, get himself back up to full HP. It's top lane, where Jenkins, he's going ham once again. A nice cast, bounces back and forth, back and forth. Sunken's the target they want to go for here. He's got boots, though. TC going to be on the chase here. Another Shadow Wave comes out. The body blocks are real. There's your ensnare as well. Is there a time walk? It's on cooldown for 2 seconds. They get a return kill, though. First blood went the way there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mike gets dived under his tower. That was the LC Venge. With Fluff out of this lane, they punish the solo Jakiro down here. He does have his Ring of Regen, so can turn this Bassy Ring into the Tranquil Boots now. And Leviathans, pretty good start for them. They do lose the Void at top, which is kind of unfortunate considering he just got in the first blood, so does give the Lycan a bit of a catch-up in some ways when he was getting kind of beat down after that kill, but the CS still favoring Nyx Assassin, especially worry about how well the Necro is doing. There's some treads early on. He's going to not get complete out of free farm thanks to some of the Drunken Haze usage, but there we go. Mike, Tranquil Boots, Sage's Mask, this is your just standard kind of core offlane Jakiro starting items, and you go straight into that Yules, generally speaking. And we'll see if there's any more kind of rotations towards mid. Chibi now does have his level 6 split, so if you want to try and kill him, you're going to burst him down fast. And the problem is, Ensnare isn't going to prevent him getting that ultimate up. Bottom lane, Mike gets stunned up. Here comes Whitebeard with a Maledict. Dual Breath going to be off the mark, unfortunately, and just to be on the safe side, a press the attack gets thrown out. As I may be worried about some more heroes rotating in. Elsewhere, top lane, TC getting zoned out of this lane. This is the problem. This lane gets pushed out, and Jenkins, he just time walks onto you and will do his thing. Has this Ring of Aqua. This is where he can actually zone out and try and take the fight with TC early. I really like this Ring of Aqua build. Not all games. I think it's very situational because it's a 1k gold investment. It's a lot of money to spend, but being in a side lane against a Lycan, when the lane pushes up here, he can just time walk in. And the problem is, if you're using time walk that liberally, you run out of mana. It's 90 mana, but you only really have the mana pool to use 3 time walks maybe. But the Ring Aquila gives him great mana regen and also fantastic damage you get from this. So 9 agility, 9 damage, and TC cannot lane against this Ring of Aquila except with 2 supports. So it's not going to dedicate a full tri-lane up here now because this Void is just getting out of control. I'll pull the lane back with this little pull here. The last hit actually goes to the Witch Doctor. Dazzle could have maybe timed that Shadow Wave a bit better to try to get the last hit. Dazzle level 5, holy moly. Some high-level heroes in this game as far as support's going. That's what happens with this dual lane setup. You get these extra high-level supports. Venge level 5 as well. On the Dire side, yeah, it's a similar story, but they've got the level 4 Naga still. Here we go mid lane. Braxton get ganked out. There's a Primal Split. He's got 1k HP. Needs a clap, a DD rune hit, and then the Primal Split. He's going to go for it. Boulder Toss, yep. Brax thought he could TP out. The Brewmaster did go the greedy way and go for the right click. He got the guaranteed crit with the DD rune, then he split, knowing he had to use the split to cancel the TP and to secure the kill. Brax tried to sneak a TP in. If Brewmaster went for like 2 right clicks, he gets that TP off, so... Nice attempt by Brax. I guess you go for that. It's 100 gold, and unfortunately now he can't TP back to lane, though. So Leviathans up 3 kills to 1. They got 2-0'd last night at 3 in the morning, playing some good old American Dota in the middle of the night. But here they are, fresh as a daisy, and looking like they can maybe take one off of the Nyx Assassins here. Got a small early game lead, 1k gold in their favor. The actual CSing in the laning stage didn't go too well, but now that they've started to get their level 6s up, or even just before that, they just found like just some early levels and farm. They seem to be doing much better as far as these fights go. Void comes in, contests the pull, and Fluff can just kind of back off and not do too much about this. And we're going to see Chronosphere up soon, and with Tread's Aquila, he can do some decent damage here. Probably see him go into the Mask of Madness as his first item. Just for that solo kill potential and the great damage output it gives you. And he is maxing the time lock, so going for the more aggressive build as far as Voids are concerned. So we'll see what the plan's going to be here. Leviathan's going to be fighting a lot around this Brewmaster split, and by the time he has his next split, he is going to have enough money for that Blink Dagger, it looks like. He's holding onto a TP scroll, so he just needs another 300, and yeah, splits up in 45 seconds, so 1, maybe 2 creep, probably 2 creep waves, and he's good to go. Here we go, level 6 on your Void. You can combine even just a Shadow Wave healed in the Chronosphere. It's a nice little bit of extra damage from Sunken. And Mike, what's his plan here? He's got picked up a magic stick and just going to lurk around this mid lane. No points in the Ice Path just yet. It's not really... I kind of like... We're seeing more of this max Dual Breath, and sometimes you get like the 1 value point in Ice Path, but the damage output from Dual Breath, especially if you're a core Jakiro, you're getting those levels, seems to be really nice and a good way to build this hero. Oh, Sentry... Okay, they see it, but... What? Shibby? I guess he's got no ultimate. They lead with the Reaper Scythe. They are going to get the kill. For a second, I'm like, wait, what's the plan here? Great Chronosphere. Jenkins are maybe a bit late on the TP. If he TPs in sooner, could have maybe saved his buddy. The heals, not going to be enough. The Shadow Wave also helps out the Void get the extra damage needed to bring down the Naga Siren. Sunken now, well, he's on the run. Doesn't have mana for a grave. Until now, he does. Is there going to be another time walk in? Jenkins just looking to take the farm here. Vengeful Spirit gets the summon to Mike at mid. Nice! Legion Commander nuke. The Jewel there as well. Mike is done for. Jenkins has a time walk available, just level 1 though, so can't quite break the gap to catch up. And well, TC's going to do TC things and try and push down this top lane, or at least put some pressure on. Force rotations back up there, but Dazzle already en route. Bounty Rune available at the top river. It looks like they're going the way of the Brewmaster, who did go down there. It looked like a really odd full HP Necrophos ultimate, but it just allowed the rest of the heroes to get in range. For the Ensnare, for the Macropire, they knew he didn't have ultimate and they wanted to kill him then and there. They were like, look, he's got no ultimate. Reaper Scythe is the one thing which can be used to kind of break the distance and get these other heroes in position for the Ensnare, for the Macropire, for the Jewel Breath. So it works out. I think it looked odd at first, but it actually was a really well executed gank for Nyx Assassins. It was a very high risk gank, because as I said, if that Void TP'd in earlier, I think it backfires. I think if Void insta-TPs when that Reaper Scythe comes out, you don't kill that Brewmaster, and Void's going to get at least a kill on you. So it's a 1-for-1 trade in the end, but it could have been, well, even more Leviathans favored potentially. But they got the TP response in the end, and we'll see a lot of Leviathans heroes lurking around this mid lane. Dazzle decided not to go top in the end, so TC, he's going to try and force some heroes back up. It's a full HP tower, but if Leviathans go for this mid-tier 1, I think you've got to try and at least get an exchange here at this top lane. Even if the mid-tier 1 is the more important tower pickup, getting some trades at this point when you're had a bit of a rough early game for the Nyx Assassins isn't a bad idea. And Snark can stall this mid lane. They don't have to give up this mid-tier 1. They got Naga Illusions coming in, going to TP the Witch Doctor as well, so not only are they defending the mid lane, they're also pressuring this top lane with TC, whose Vlad's has arrived. He's going to back off though as the Void does show up now to this top lane and work on that Mask of Madness. Illusion being pinged and scattered by Naga Illusions. Good micro from Fluff, just sending those illusions off in multiple directions to get as much scouting information as possible, but once the scouting information's there, Leviathans deal with the illusions and we'll go into a smoke. They've got a Blink Brewmaster split and Brax seems to be the target. Blink, clap. There's your split. Brax is going to get stunned up. The Shadow Wave there as well, and with the heal bomb, very easy, straightforward kill. And now onto the tower with Brax dead and Snar out of position. The Witch Doctor TP'd mid and then went off to the jungle to do some stacks and farming, and that means, well, mid lane's wide open. Midas Witch Doctor. Are you serious? I guess he is serious, but very greedy from Whitebeard, and this just forces him to farm even more. He's using that cast to try and farm up in the jungle, killing off neutrals with it, and well, Venge will get the tower last hit. Could have left it for the Brew, but Brew's already got his Blink Dagger, and Venge says, well, I can get some wards, I can get some treads, maybe start working on a 4-star. Some kind of big utility item could come out of this, and with the tower money that spread through the teams, Jenkins suddenly only a couple hundred away from his Mask of Madness, and that's where he gets pretty scary. Shredder, about 800 from his Blink Dagger if that's what he's going to go for first. Sometimes we see like the Blade Mail rush, but he's holding on to a decent chunk of gold, which does suggest we are in for a Blink Dagger game. Oh, they tried to... I think there was smoke through there, and Necrophos revealed them from like the edge of the smoke range, and they actually didn't catch wind of him. Thought someone was invis and they dropped the sentry, but that is not the case. The low ground Midas, Whitebeard is scared. He knew kind of roughly where they were, and TC's wall will back off. So they scatter the smoke gank, they get out of this jungle, but now this is where Nushum would love to get some wards up in the enemy jungle. Looks like Sunken may plop it down here. He's going to deal with wolves, so at this point, you know the wolves are on you. It's not worth playing that ward. He sees him expire, though, and this is where, well, maybe he wants to go for it now. TP bottom lane, Void has a Chronosphere. This is a 2-hero Chronosphere. Once he comes in, oh, he misses Brax. Just going to get the 1 kill, or is he? Fluff was in the perfect position to get that song off. Now the TP out's going to come, and even if you get the 2-hero Chronosphere, he wouldn't have gone to kill. Good positioning from Fluff. He knew what could happen there with the Void TP in, but damage has been dealt as the T1 tower gets nice and low here and will be brought down by the creep. No, can he do it? 5 HP! Oh no, it's going to get denied now, and here comes Nushum on a Whitebeard. He gets taken out. That minus ain't going to help you there, sonny boy. Well, Tier 1 tower now right for the taken. They weave themselves up, give them that bit of extra ammo. With 5 heroes here, TC's just saying, screw it, I'm looking for the tradie. We'll get the Tier 1 top tower. So Tier 1 and the 2 side lanes gets taken. I'd say slightly more important for the Leviathans team because they're going to follow this up with kills. The Jewel and the Brax, can he actually get this? You betcha he can. Brewmaster with the kill, and now Mike in all sorts of trouble. TC's just going to keep on pushing the bottom lane because he can't really fight into this 5-man squad of Leviathans. Shredder now already with 20 bonus damage. Mike trying to keep himself alive. Shibby has a clap if he needs it. Not going to need it. Whitebeard comes in with a cast, and that's going to be a perfect True cast with the Death Lord. Look at it go. Level 3 cast with a, well, no kills. Brewmaster gets off the split before he goes down. Legion will die to the Maledict in the end, but the Brewmaster will get some revenge with the bears, and, well, it's a triple kill for Shibby. He gets up to 2.5k gold suddenly. TC, bit of damage on this tier 2. Actually, a good chunk of damage on this tier 2. He did get a bit nervous about going any further. I guess Chronosphere was not coming up that soon. He doesn't see the Void on the map, and just in general probably worried about like a Venge Stun, a Time Walk in, a Heal Bomb. These kind of things, but a big victory for Leviathans there at the bottom lane. Even with that perfect cast Witch Doctor ultimate, just couldn't bring down, do enough damage to get both the kills there. And that's where Witch Doctor, even with the minus, was just a bit underleveled. Has level 3 Maledict, level 3 cast, but if that's a max cast and a max Maledict, could be looking at maybe both kills. I guess the Brewmaster was always going to get off the ultimate though, but could have maybe killed the Legion and lived with that extra point in the cask. And then Maledict would just give you that slightly faster killing potential. And this is where Void wants to use his Chronosphere ASAP. He knows there's no Song of the Siren for a small little window. It's a long level 1 cooldown, and there we go. He goes forward. Chronosphere just onto Mike. Could have got Brax, but decides, hey, look, Jenkins, I want Mike. He's got that tasty looking mustache, and I want a piece of that. But oh, great grave. Going to cancel out the Reaper Scythe ultimate. Brax has no points in Heartstopper as well, so... Oh, he goes down? Oh, the Witch Doctor Maledict, of course. Nushum now needs to help out his buddy Sunken, who gets pretty low here. Shibby going to rock up as well. Has a Blink clap here. Blinks forward onto Whitebeard. There's a big crit here with this Vlad. His damage output's insane. Brax is completely mana depleted. He's going to look for what appears to be a deny. Sunken on the high ground. Fluff can't finish him off. He didn't actually have mana for a Riptide. Messy fight all over the place. A 3-for-1 in the end. They kill the Void, but lose 3 heroes in the process. Could it be 4? Fluff's on the run. Has a song, but can't TP if he uses that song. Shibby. Right-click 1. He's like, oh, it's real. Not an illusion. TP out. I'm not going to use the split. Doesn't actually have mana in. Well, it's just a support Naga. I don't think it would have been worth it at this stage of the game to use a level 2 split. You'd love to try and force a tower out of this. Leviathans now on the move through into the enemy jungle. They've got Observer Vision. Whitebeard. Oh, Primal Split. Not going to come right away. Whitebeard's still going to be, I think, in trouble here. Shibby's still going for the bears, and he will get it off in the end. Witch Doctor. This was kind of picked as your Brewmaster counter, but the cast got used early. And that's going to be 1 kill. Couldn't he find 2? He's got backup in the form of the Legion Commander as well as Void coming in. And there comes out a Jewel onto Brax. They need to try and bring him down nice and fast, but with an Ice Path, that's not going to happen. Song with the Siren to buy him some time as well, and are there any counter kills possible? Brewmaster split has worn off, and TC going to go into the ulti form here. Shredder going to be the target to start things off. He's still trying to get out of there. Throws out one last overwhelming odds before he goes down, and looks like Jenkins all he can do is run. He's got a Time Walk. No TP available, though. He's going to have to run for dear life here. Another TP coming in. Mike? Okay, no. Cancels TP. Jenkins can TP out in 5 seconds. Fluff's got an ensnare, so he may have to go for another Time Walk first, and he should be fine here. He's just going to Mask and Madness, and he may even just farm some of these creeps for good measure if he wants to, but no. Back to his own jungle. So, Nyx used the Song of the Siren again, but this is that level 1 cooldown where suddenly 2 minutes of freedom for Leviathans. They've got a Chronosphere and may look to defend this middle lane if they can. TC, just got to be careful. Tower deny, not going to be coming. TC with the Wolves gets it, and Brewmaster has no split for 50 seconds. They get the swap in on TC. TC's no ulti. Oh dear. It should be a kill on TC. Where's that Void? Chronosphere catches out 4 inside the Macro Pie, so we're going to be careful about taking too much damage. Shredder blinks into a bit of a tough spot. Gets the Jewel off on Brax, though. Does mean there's no more heals coming in from him, and he gets brought down. The Jewel damage going the way of Shredder. He's just cleaning up here. It's another kill. It's just an absolute slaughter in the mid lane. Vengeful Spirit still alive thanks to the Grave. Time Walk afterwards, looking for Fluff here on that Naga. Brewmaster's going to blink in a couple of seconds. Out of mana, though. TC elsewhere kills the Vengeful Spirit. What do you... Oh, way back with the Wolves, actually. I was about to say, TC's at the tier 2 tower. What was Venge doing down there? But it was the Wolves chasing, and they're not going to be able to keep up with Fluff. That high base movement speed, and he'll get himself out of there. But it's still, I feel like, another victory going Leviathan's way. They're killing these core heroes. They're getting dual damage, and they're losing a Vengeful Spirit. Does cost them like an ulti hero there, but that was just a Chronosphere. If they fight again, they've got the Brewmaster split. So as long as they have one of those two ultimates, be it the Chronosphere or the split, I feel like they take fights. It's not too big a deal. These ping issues continue. I'm going to check out some pings here. Shredder, how you doing, buddy? 134. I guess it's not... Well, it's actually not too bad for console ping, but possibly some packet loss, possibly some server-side things. Maybe the pings don't really say the whole story. A very action-packed game so far, and Leviathans are going to look to keep the heat up. 34 dual damage, which at 18 minutes I'd say is solid. I'd say that's like an average game. Especially for a pro game where your teams aren't going to be looking to minimize the impact of a Legion commander. I'd say this is decent. Void, 2-2-2. He's in a solid game. I actually thought Jenkins was kind of going a bit more ham this game, but he's definitely had some nice Chronospheres, but once or twice put himself in a bit of a rough spot as a result of that. Every time he's using it, he's normally getting a kill when Song isn't up. And, well, Song's still not up for a minute. And I imagine Leviathan are communicating, saying, look, they got no Song for a little bit. Let's try and take a fight. Sure, we have no Chronosphere, but we've got Primal Split. And we can use that to our advantage. And just, they seem a lot higher level compared to their opponents. You can see it's a 2,000 net worth lead. Experience up to about 4,000. And here we go mid lane. TC gets jeweled. Weave as well on top of this. This is going to be hard to get the dual damage here. They'd love some follow-up. Where's that Brewmaster? And Shredder not even close to getting the kill. Gets kept alive by a Grave, and I don't see him getting out of this one. The Maledict damage should finish him off. Elsewhere, it's going to be Sunken on the run. Ambitious plays, that's for sure. There's a Mike will escape from Shibby there. No ultimate being thrown, and the nice Yules just TP out. I think Legion thought Brewmaster was coming mid, but he was actually going back towards his bottom lane where Mike was. Not sure how Legion was planning on killing that Lycan with just Dazzle backing him up. He needed at least either the Void with the Mask of Madness, even a Venge could have maybe turned the tides there with the Max Magic Missile. This is a level 11 Venge, offering a lot of damage output, but needed a third hero, be it the Venge, the Brew, or the Void. And then I think, okay, you go for that dual kill, but two heroes, not even close. Rax has gone for a mech. He's 0-5. He's in Struggle City right now as, well, we'll see how he can catch up. At this point, he's just going to go for as, like, tanky, kind of cost-effective items as possible. Maybe we see kind of a... Oh, at the same time, Blink Dagger is good against the Void. Trying to use get the mobility of a Blink Dagger. Not a bad game for that, but even just going straight into an Ag Scepter now. Like, normally I think of Ags on Necro as more like your third, fourth item as, like, a late game item, but considering how slow he's farming, like, he's not going to be that 4-5 slot of Necrophos in late game. Chronosphere, they put out TC here with the help of an Observer, or they'd love to bring him down. He's got no ultimate anyway, so... Oh, didn't get the duel. I think Shredder was blinking in, hoping for that dual kill. We got a bit upset with his team. Sunken. No TP. He can't Grave TP out of this one. He can Grave. He's going to die to the Maledict. Whitebeard going to TP himself out. Or will he die to the Maledict? Needs another heal. This could be close. Can he get the heal up before the Maledict proc? Yeah. Not happening. I think even with that heal, he probably still dies. Void, Time Walk in. That's questionable. Ice Path, Macropyre, and a Reaper's Scythe. This could be a potential kill. No, they're not going to go for it. Brax actually out of mana. If he had mana, he may actually go for it now. There's your Reaper's Scythe. Any backtrack? No backtrack. Doesn't get the Reaper kill, and now Brax can maybe pay for this one with his life, but it's still good kills going the way of the Nyx Assassins, although they lose Necrophos, and it's a dual kill as well. So, I mean, look at the big picture. Lycan and Necrophos, your two main carries, both dead for a Void and Dazzle. You're off-laner. Sure, Void's at least a carry of some kind at this point, with Legion and Brew being kind of more initiators, but Brew, he's going for the Vlad's AC build. He's got a lot of good late game potential. Legion, starting to rack up damage with 48 dual damage. So it's a real 3-core lineup from the Leviathan side. So if you're killing the only 2 cores of Nyx Assassins and losing one of your 3 cores, you're doing pretty damn well. Oh, that's a dead Nusham. His team are just going to leave him to die, and just getting a bit aggressive there. Put that ward, and also Nyx saw him plant that ward, so that's going to be an easy D-ward. They saw him exactly walk in and plant that one, and that's one of those things as a support you got to be, well, not so much cautious of, but you have to be somewhat attentive of. Walking up high ground into like enemy jungles when you don't know where any of the enemies are, yeah, maybe not the best idea. This is a weird smoke. This is like a smoke into Roshan, but you don't have Lycan with you. If Lycan was with them, I'd be like, okay, maybe Roshan. Okay, Roshan's actually down, so I took Roshan some time ago, and Sunken now bottom lane. It's a 2-hero support gank to gank out the Dazzle. Grave TP home. This is not going to happen. Saves the cast, gets the kill. Going to be a counter kill with the Chronosphere here. Mike, can he get the well, Ice Path? The cask also came back. Whitebeard's still alive. Jewel. No Jewel. They would love to get some Jewels. That's twice now. First the Lycan at the Ancients, and now bottom lane where they could have got Jewel kills, but Void, man, you gotta just hold your mace. Sometimes mace needs to wait to meet the face. Jenkins, he's looking for, I'll show you Shibby. He's got that split up, and he's also looking for that level 16, which is coming so damn fast. Almost there, and the AC not going to be far behind it. Dazzle getting close to a Yule Scepter, and this is, he's actually got the Yules, and that's where he's been kind of farming and getting caught out a few times, but this Yules will help him out against the Witch Doctor. Can use it to cancel the Death Ward, can use it defensively when they come to gank you, so this will just help him out a lot in general, since you can't rely on that Poison Touch stun anymore. Just the 1 point in that Poison Touch. The problem with the Poison Touch is it's not an immediate stun. It stuns at the end, with even with the max level Poison Touch. Well, Shibby keeps on farming. He's not really an easy hero to gank anyways. Back to the Ancients we go. I think they de-warded here. Yeah, Fluff bought a gem, so he de-warded this little hill where there was an Observe Ward earlier, and I like the gem pickup. What's Whitebeard's plan? You can't be going for a kill on your own. You need some backup, and backup is on the way. Probably going to look for a Reaper's Scythe here on Jenkins. He's going to have to pray to the old holy Dota 2 gods for some backtracks out of this one. And, well, Ice Path to set things off. There's your Reaper's Scythe. No! Brax! What are you doing? Chronosphere was coming up soon. I'm surprised Void didn't cancel his TP. I guess worried about a Reaper's Scythe, but there come the Brewmaster, Primal Splits. Brax going to mech himself up. Who's the actual main target here? They kind of need to decide. Brax is going to end up being the one to go down. Primal Split Warriors, they do not get slept up, and the Yules going to catch up Fluff. This is looking like a second kill that's going to come their way. Boulder Toss. Yep, just before the split ends. Shibby's got a clap. No, he's actually going to not go for Fluff. He blinks forward, goes on to Mike. Shibby, he needs to start tanking up for a dear life here, as actually the swap out going to help him out. Nusham gets Grave. Great support play coming from Leviathans that swaps the Graves. The cast now going to bounce around though, and that's Shibby and Sunken. Maybe a bit of a pickle, but kind of get out. Trade 1 for 1. Was that a buyback? No buyback's being used here. As Void now back in the fray. Chronosphere is available, but he gets Ice Path here. Is he going to go for the 1 hero Chronosphere? He's been mana burned. He can't actually get it off. He's even got the intel treads in. That's the end of the chase. Legion Commander, we also did not see him. He's been mana burned. These Necro books from TC being micro to perfection to prevent the Jewel, to prevent the Chronosphere. That's going to be Leviathan's forced to back off, and that is the level 3 Necro books. A lot of low mana heroes. Void, P-Time walks in and you get him with a mana burn. He's not got the biggest mana pool. Similar story for Legion's actually doing a bit better. He's got a 700 mana pool when he's on int treads. Brewmaster, 450. If you find him with a Necrobook mana burn before a fight begins, well, he's got no magic wand as well. He's got to try find a way to bottle up, but if you have Necrobooks on you, you can't just bottle up when you're taking damage. still, Nyx Assassins, in this game, it's a dead even as far as net worth is concerned. XP slightly favoring Leviathans. So while Leviathans seem to be doing better and coming out on top of most of these clashes, by no means is decisive win. And oh, they caught Whitebeard. Single Chronosphere. Oh, gets the value bash at the end. If he doesn't get that bash and the ensnare comes in, I don't think he gets that kill. This Radiant Observer, I think it just caught a little bit of vision, like at the edge. So he knew where the Witch Doctor was going, and they're going to go into the Roshan pit with this. They've got good vision around this. They've got 5 heroes. They've got all their ultimates apart from that Chronosphere, but with just Jewel and Primal Split, this is a level 16 Jewel as well. Contesting this not going to be easy. You need Song of the Siren, and it's on cooldown for another minute. Nice path all scattered out. That big fat Roshan HB bar getting chipped away at. And here come the illusions. I'll deal with them, and I think they go back in. They're probably feeling pretty confident about this one. They'd love to get rid of this Lycan Wolf with some detection, but not really available. They get the house, so they scout out exactly who's there, and seems Shredder gonna... Actually, they're all gonna back off. They're starting to get a bit nervous about this one. Witch Doctor's back in 5 seconds, and Chibi goes invis, but... Oh, what a time for a pause. The Roshan standoff pause. Alright, unfortunately, it looks like one of the SNA players has DC'd and dropped. I was talking to Jenkins earlier, and I was like, man, we need Merlini here, because me and Merlini cast Jenkins, like, a year ago when we were doing MLG Full Sail, and well, we need Merlini for another reason. That pause coming at a very peculiar timing. As the Necrobook's going to come in, TC going to look to snipe this one. No Chronosphere available for 45 seconds, and that makes this hard to contest. You can just throw out an Ice Path Macropie. Mike just trying to create space for the Roshan Ninja Steel, and TC will take that one. The AC now arrives, and I don't think you want to fight just when TC picked up the Aegis, even though we did pop the split. Here goes the Brewmaster, actually with a split, and oh, Void going to no Chronosphere, just time walks himself into this one, trying to find some kills here. Gets the bash from the Witch Doctor, trying to use that death. Well, not going to happen elsewhere. It's Shredder graved up to keep himself alive. It looks like he already used a Jewel off of this one. Brax finish him. Reaper Scythe even for good measure. That's going to take him out of the picture for 80 seconds here. Shibi's beyond godlike. Vlad's AC, he'd love some more kills out of this. TC still has Aegis, so not really the ideal target here. Jakira elsewhere gets the Vengeful Spirit, and Shibi, he's pretty tanky with all this bonus armor, but still the Heartstop Aura is there, and now the Chronosphere comes back up. They've waited long enough. Brack going to be brought down to start things off. Wants Mike as well. Uh-oh. Suddenly things go from bad to worse if you're into the sneaky Nyx Assassin. They've got the Lycan ultimate in 3 seconds. It looks like he'll die once before that, and he can look to try and get it off after the respawn. Alright, Jenkins, you need some bashes. This is it. No Mask of Man's available. TC's morphing. No bash. Oh, no bash yet. No right clicks. Okay. He gets out of there. They de-ward with the stolen gem, I believe. Yep, Void's got the gem, and the Leviathans come out on top. Give me my teamfight recap. Alright, no teamfight recap. I don't think it would even have included all those kills. That fight took too damn long, and well, we'll look at the gold graph to see kind of how things happen there, and it's still goddamn even. I think we'll see a small swing up, maybe like a 1k to 2k gold lead. And SNA did get the Aegis money, or the Roshan money. The longer this game goes, I just kind of worry because Void is so good late game with Chronosphere. He's level 16. Brewmaster with this Vlad's AC build is a beast in the late game as well. Can build into, I would say, like a Hex next is reasonable. Sure, you're kind of this right-clicking Brew with Vlad's AC, but the Hex is just so nice to get that extra bit of lockdown when you're trying to jump onto some of these heroes. We'll see where he goes in due time. Doesn't really need a BKB that badly this game, although it's not a bad idea. If you get it off, you can prevent a Necrophos ultimate from doing damage, prevent the Yule's Ice Path combo, among other things. And Fluff, he's doing his neutraling here. No ulti for some time. For Shibi, it's kind of hard to know which is real, I guess. Fluff picks up the value booster, and well, SNA, they're down 14 kills to 15, but still keeping things relatively even. And there we go. That's the teamfight adjustment. It was like a 1k gold swing. SNA were ahead by 500 net worth, end up down by 500 net worth. So, not the biggest shift of farm, but it's still... Leviathans are just winning every fight. So, forget what the farm status is. If you're losing fights and not really pushing, you're in trouble. Void looks for well, anything at this bottom lane, but doesn't find too much. Top lane, meanwhile, Shibi will help bring down this top tier 2 tower. Sunken's got an Ogre Club, so looking like we could see a BKB. Heaven's Halberd not bad against the Lycan, especially a Lycan who's not going to BKB himself. He's going for the AC, so I think this may actually be a Halberd. BKB not really needed for the Dazzle. He sits back and graves people for the most part, so I don't think Dazzle's exactly a prime BKB candidate. And Chibi going to scout things out, knowing that the gem has been dealt with. No second gem in sight. Yep, 4 wards on Naga, but those can be dealt with by the gem on that, which has now been transferred to this Brewmaster. Is he going to go for this? Goes for Whitebeard, 1 right-click, Brewmaster split. Could Cyclone Braxton go for the double kill out of this one? Not going to do so. Just wants Whitebeard maybe. The cask is bouncing around those bears, though, causing problems for him. And even with the Vlad's AC, swap back onto TC, they're going to try bring him down. Where's that Void? He doesn't have a Chronosphere anyways. Brewmaster gets the kill on the Jakira, but they lose Vengeful Spirit. Jenkins gets slept up, has no Chronosphere for 15, could BKB. They're trying to deal with these Brewmaster splits, but the Song of the Siren kind of being wasted there. I don't think anyone was really in too much danger. Jenkins goes BKBs. Who's he going for? Fluff going to go Scepter out of this and gets the Ensnare as well. Jewel is there now, and the Witch Doctor ultimate not being dealt with. This is an Aghanim Scepter upgrade. Jenkins is trying to get the bash here. Chronosphere just in time, just comes up. The Grave on Shredder allowing him to get the kill on the Naga Siren, and Jenkins, without Mask of Madness, is not doing too much damage here. Wants the kill on TC. Time walks onto the high ground, but has been maledicted. Needs to be careful. He's not taking too much damage as there's no follow-up. 3 kills from the Leviathans team, although it's a 3-for-2 trade, so it does come at some cost here. And they barely get out of that one. Jenkins almost dies to the Maledict. Luckily, there was no follow-up damage. Not to mention the Chronosphere came up just in time. And some clutch Graves. This Dazzle has been on point. Sunken has definitely been the unsung hero of this game. He is not letting his ship go down. Well, at least as far as the Leviathan lead is concerned. And even though the things have still been pretty even on this net worth, I still call it a Leviathan's lead because they're coming out on top of these team fights. They've got the slightly more potent late game, I feel, as well. Good scaling supports with Weave being great late game. Vengeful Spirit, who has Swap, is going to have a 4-star as well in due time. And Void Chronosphere. This is just like one of the ultimate late game abilities. When you have a 6-slotted Void, you're guaranteed to kill multiple kills often with that 6-item refresher, which you normally see on Voids. And on the Nyx side, you've got a super underfarmed Necrophos. If this Necrophos had Ags, Hex, or Ags Shivers, I think you want to Shivers guard this game for the extra armor and survivability against the right clickers in the Void, Legion, Brew. If there was an Ag Shivers right now, I'd be like, okay, SNA have at least an even or slightly better late game, but right now, Necrophos not even close to those 2 items. I guess working on the Ag Scepter could have it in like 2 to 3 minutes time with some uncontested farm, but even so, Brax has been in a world of pain this game. And Leviathans, they kind of know it. They know this Necrophos doesn't offer a lot, so sure, the net worth is relatively even, but so much of that is the Lycan, who doesn't really want to fight too much. Has bought an Assault Chris TC, he's at top lane. But looks like he's going to have his team give up this tier 2 mid tower. Look for a counter push at the top lane. Mike is there as well, so the Liquid Fire available. To maybe try and go for a Rax trade. I don't think we see a base race out of this, but we could see Leviathans forced to TP back to deal with this push at top lane, and they're not even going to go for the mid lane. Bottom lane, Void. Oh, he found Brax. Brax had he blinked in? Oh, Song of the Siren comes. Brax, TP out. Oh, we got the Yules! Oh, Sunken. Catches out Fluff. Lycan gets the Vengeful Spirit. Top lane is in actually a lot of trouble here. They're actually breaking the high ground here. There's a glyph here. Jewel is available, but he doesn't want to fight into these 2 heroes. Elsewhere, Fluff is being dealt with, but this is not the big problem. Leviathans have got to protect their Raxes here. Sneaky Nyx Assassins pull a fast one on, get a tier 3 tower. They'll blink out, get to safety, get a kill on a support there, so signs of life from the SNA side. That's been the best play they've made this game as far as achieving objectives and getting a good trade. Support for a support, but the save on the Necrophos, the Chronosphere was essentially wasted as a result, and then they get a tier 3 tower and, well, a tiny bit of damage to the range racks. Actually did a bit more to the melee. At that point, you're not going to get the full racks. It should just focus most of your efforts on the range ones, but not the end of the world. And Lycan picks up his AC. If he had his AC there, it was actually completed back at base. You could be looking at one of those Raxes going down. What with a BKB? I think it was... I'm not sure what that was about. Yule's not on cooldown, so it doesn't look like there was like a Yule's initiation, but Void's BKB getting close to 5 seconds anyways. And yeah, he's at 5 seconds, so if you're at all scared, you just pop that BKB. It has got the short-ish 55-second cooldown. Although there's still that small window where you maybe don't have it. And they were going to blink forward, looking for a blink Yule's on a Shredder, but not going to find it. Shredder working at BKB, and that's, I'd say, a much-needed item. Shibi, though, kind of been mentioning maybe a Hex from him. Curious to see what he buys. I don't think he needs a BKB. He's just so durable. I just don't see him dying. He could, if he really wants to stay alive, I think if you want survivability, you don't go BKB, you go like harder Tarrasque. Because just the raw HP will make you unkillable. Oh, these sneaky heroes hiding in trees is always a thing to be careful of. As that's a spot Leviathans may look to hide a hero in where they could just casually scout him out. How long till our next Roshan? It's going to be up in a pretty fast respawn, as Jakiro Illusion was kind of in there looking to scatter it out to some extent. Bottom lane, Mike is still... He's really far, Mike. He's done some serious work here to at least stall things and help these lanes pushed out. But here comes the Leviathan squad, looking to, well, make their way towards the Roshan pick, gain some control. Who's actually got the gem? I'm curious. Brax once again in these trees position. Gem on the Brewmaster, and no gem on the SNA side. I think this is where, I don't know what, check the cooldown of the gem. I think you need another gem just to get that Roshan control when possible. It is available in the shop. Fluff has just got the money for it as well, so I think this is where Fluff maybe picks up another gem and looks to try and help secure Roshan with that, or at least get map control around as much as possible. You can see some good deep Radiant wards, and then also the defensive ones to help deal with the Lycan split push. If you're not sure where he is, if you're trying to catch him out, you do need these wards as well. And they get the one up above the Roshan pit. They were just too early to see Roshan respawn. Jeez. These rune noises are going to take some getting used to. It's they're kind of crazy, got to admit. It seems they want to go for this last out tower. There's the Roshan respawn, and Chibi's in there. They need to deal with these Lycan wolves. Who's actually got the gem? Dazzle? No. Venge? Okay, Venge has the gem. No? What? Did Radiant drop their gem? They put the gem back on the courier? You got to keep this gem with you to deal with these Lycan wolves. I feel like this is important to have. And this courier with BKB, is that Shibi's BKB? Yeah. And gem would be a fantastic pick-off. I talked about Fluff getting a gem. Well, this is one way to do it. And here comes the smoke wraparound. The Fluff and stuff pioneered complexity smoke gank. They snipe the courier, steal the gem, and prevent the BKB arriving. And I think Leviathans may be a bit apprehensive about taking a fight. They at least see everyone now. They've got this ward in their own jungle. They know exactly where SNA are located. They may just go for this tier 2 tower and then back off. The problem is if they back off, they give up Roshan. And I don't know if their lineup is ready to take this Roshan. Sure, they've got Chronosphere Brewmaster split, but they lose their gem. SNA are going to have complete map control with the Lycan wolves being used as scouts, and it's definitely something pesky to deal with here. As Mike, oh, he's just going to get Brewmaster split. Has a blink in a second. He doesn't get the boulder toss off in time. Witch Doctor blinks to the high ground. That's a wasted primal split now. Oh dear. He is creating space for his team to go for Roshan, but it's the Lycan wolf again. It's in there. They see that they've been scattered, though. The wolf dies and more wolves come in. Shredder getting kept out of the ice path with a swap there. This could be the death of Nusham. Grave comes in, but that's a Grave being used on your support. Venge. Brax is now the target. They'd love to take the Necrophos out of this fight if they can. Can they do it in time? Reaper's Sight is available. He's going to turn and look for it. Brax, he's going to get jeweled and brought down. They had to throw an extra ultimate to kill him, but probably worth it in the end. Brewmaster dies elsewhere, and Sunken now being chased down has another Grave. Could just Grave TP. Will do so. And the rest of these players just need to get the hell out of here. I think this is time to just get out, Jenkins. He could lose his mana in a second to these Necrobooks if not careful. Time walks out of there. 3 dead on the Radiant side, 1 dead on the Dire. See if our teamfight recap updates as SNA will now secure themselves Roshan. And it's a big gold swing going their way, and an even bigger strategic advantage. They get Aegis and Cheese out of this. That Brewmaster split mid lane. Oh man, Chibi's played a hell of a game. He was 13-1. And look at that. Witch Doctor gets 900 gold for ending his streak. Suddenly, Witch Doctor... Blink Dagger. Okay, that's what he bought. He's got Blink Dagger and 2k gold. I was about to say, I thought he was getting closer to like a BKB, but he went for the Blink, which I actually really like. You can get in such good positions to use that Death Ward with the help of that Blink Dagger, and well, he's the one who's going to be holding onto this cheese. It's not yet to take a rack, but suddenly find themselves in a really solid position. And so much was that courier snipe. The gem and BKB which were on it. The Brewmaster's BKB and the gem which got handed back to the Nyx Assassins. Fluff holding on to that one for now, and suddenly, SNA take the second last outer tower. Just the tier 2 at mid remaining, but it's not really about these outer towers. It's just to get a bit of gold, put pressure on your opponents, and just, you're deep on the map. You can de-ward as much as possible. There is still a ward on a couple of these cliffs, which you actually have to scout out to be able to de-ward, so not the easiest thing in the world to do. I think they just pinged up here, so it seems... It looks like they are going to make a go on this one. Ice power? There we go. Mike is like, please no miss, please no miss. Okay, he gets it. And everyone on the SNA side saying to rack up the farm now as well. Fluff is 3k gold. Atos, how to Terrace? What's the plan here? 40-minute Midas so you can get that level 16? Yeah? Definitely trolling about that one, but who knows? I've seen crazier things. No, we're not going to see a Midas. And no BKB still. If Shredder had a BKB these last few fights, I can't help but feel things could have gone differently. He kept getting caught out by this Yule's Ice Path. Mike is winning team fights for Nyx Assassins using this combo of his. This Legion tries to go in and just gets crowd controlled so hard by Mike's spells, and then even when the Ice Path wears off, there's a Jewel Breath with a huge slow waiting for him. That's a big 40% movement slow. And the attack speed slow from the Liquid Fire combining with the Jewel Breath means you're not really attacking as well, so Shredder desperately needs a BKB. Leviathans in trouble all of a sudden. They're going to have the Daedalus complete on Jenkins if he wants to buy it. Could come at the cost of his buyback money though, and that's kind of the worry here. No, he's got actually reliable golds there, so he can buy this and have enough reliable gold to still have buyback. So I think this is where we're going to see Jenkins pick that one up. He gets the bounty rune up top and probably going to go pick up that Daedalus if he's noticed that, oh yeah, I've got plenty of reliable gold, and Daedalus he needs to do as much damage and get as much as done as possible inside that Chronosphere. And he's only got 5 seconds to do it with his BKB. If you don't catch everyone, if Mike's on the outside with an Ice Path, with the Yules, you've got to make sure that you catch as many as possible. TC now. He's going to be picking up that Abyssal Blade. I'm not sure if he's going to go straight up and buy it. His Aegis, only 2 minutes left, and sure, SNA are suddenly looking good, but actually getting high ground is another matter. You're pushing into good wave clear as far as the Legion Commander overwhelming odds are concerned, and pushing just into like a Chronosphere is never good. That's what I'm talking about, Jenkins. The GG branch, oh, he leaves it away. He was just being a good mate, carrying Chibi's GG branch. Ooh, Mikey boy. Mikey's got his E-Blade here. This is a good item against the Void. Sure, he's going to BKB and you can't E-Blade the Void, but you can E-Blade whoever is focusing. And with the Blink 4-Staff, Mike can very easily get himself in position to do this. If that's the Chronosphere that we keep seeing on Brax, and maybe Brax doesn't get off his Ghost Scepter himself, you got the E-Blade from Mike, so look for some plays to be made from the IX Mike. Jakiro. Tier 2 tower goes down. It looks like with this big item pickup and a short duration left on the Aegis, they maybe want to try and make a go of this. It is, worst case scenario though, you lose a really bad fight, suddenly your Lycan doesn't buy back, and you could be, I don't think you lose the game. Like, even with Lycan dead, you've got Song of the Siren, you've got Macropie, you've got a good lineup to defend even with a dead Lycan. So it's not the end of the world, but it's like, it's a risk that you don't need to take. You can farm the buyback, look for a pick-off using this Ag's Necrophos ultimate. That's also going to be the key here. So we'll see how Leviathans can deal with it. If they've got buybacks and the Graves from the Dazzle are on point, you're not going to have to worry about that Ag's deletion from the game. And that's where this Dazzle is going to be kind of the make or break hero, I feel, for Leviathans. At the same time, like, you kill that Necrophos in a Chronosphere, and Mike doesn't get off the E-Blade to save him, or whatever it may be, like no song or no protection, then suddenly, well, you don't have to worry about the Ag's upgrade that way. So they've got a couple answers to the Aghanim's Necrophos. The Grave as well as just the potential to kill him, but that is not the answer. Using your 10-second BKB Shredder. Oh, yeah. Bit of a blunder coming out from the Legion Commander. It has been 45 minutes, so bound to make a mistake here or there, and that's a slightly costly one. This Bruno with BKB, 3.4k gold. He's just filthy rich. Could go for that if he wants to go full right-click mode, so he can like blink in BKB and just fight for a bit before popping the ultimate. He goes for something like maybe an Abyssal Blade here. But of course, buyback is priority number one, so we couldn't even buy a Basher right now without giving up his buyback money, which is not something he has in mind. Like Mike, as well as a few of these die heroes, just not having buybacks right now means that SNA are like, okay, we got no Aegis, we got no buybacks, let's play the farming game. I'm going to make sure that if whatever the fight doesn't go well when you push it, you want to have those buybacks to fall back on. TC's Lycan close to his. Yeah, just 35 gold away, and it's the Radiant team who have buybacks more than the Dire right now, and they're going for a smoke. I think recognizing that, hey look, we've got all these buybacks, just the Legion who's kind of the main hero missing it, but most importantly is like the Void Brewmaster. Trying to see what they can find, and the angle they drew on the map is directly towards Brax. He's going to stack this, but if he goes to farm this, oh Brax, he's going to be so fast in this blink. Are they going to scam? They're going to go around the long way. Oh, they avoid Brax for now. He could walk right into him, though. Got a Jewel and Jewel Fast. Yule's Scepter to start things off. Brax is going to be jeweled and brought down, so something we haven't looked at in a while is this Legion Jewel damage, and Not too impressive. 84 damage now with that dual kill, but he's missed 2 or 3 big dual kills. The one down here comes to mind, as well as the Lycan killed the Ancient. So if he had those 2 duels, that's like another 28 damage or so. Since I think that was like around when he had level 2 duel. And Blink Clap not going to hit as Mike gets the double tap blink out. Fast fingers from Mike, and well, that's all about Leviathans can do. Find a pick off here or there and back off. And if they draw this game out enough, like hopefully Shredder can build up that dual damage. He's sitting on plus 173 total damage right now. He needs more items as well as this. I feel like he needs... Well, the AC's already been bought by the Brew. I guess the Brew amplifies his damage with the Vlad's AC build, but Shredder, maybe even like a Heart of Taras just for the raw HP. Not entirely sure what you go from here. Evasion against the Lycan's actually not too bad. But if Lycan damage is not the only damage to worry about. The Necro Ultimate, the nukes from Jakiro. The evasion will help against Witch Doctor too, so... Oh, speaking of Witch Doctor, there's another E-Blade on the playing field. And so much of Leviathan's damage is physical. Like, they've got nothing really for these E-Blades right now. They can try and stall, like use the Brewmaster Yules in his ulti form. Lock heroes in place using the Jewel and do stuff like that, but it's still so tricky here. We'll see how long the Roshan respawn we're in for here, as more dewarding going to go down. 135. So about a middle range. Wait, there's Whitebeard. He's in a pretty sneaky position here. How could spot him out, but not a spot you expect a hero to be in. If you get a Howl on this, that's like some serious map hack Dota coming into play. That's Spidey senses. They're right next to him. 2 heroes at that. It's just cruel. Whitebeard just... He doesn't actually see everything right here. He only has this small little spot of vision. And Leviathan's actually considering going for a high ground push here. Necro with no buyback. And the Radiant side do have most of their buybacks apart from the supports. Whitebeard's still lurking around here. He's got no TP actually. If he tries to fight the courier, it could reveal his position, and it's also very likely to get sniped. So he's kind of stuck in some ways. He can come in from behind, but he doesn't have a BKB, doesn't have any kind of Shadowblade invis as well. No way to kind of hide himself, so he has to really wait till these ultis have been used before he goes for that. And if he blinks, he's going to blink out of this spot. Then he doesn't have a blink to like get into a good position for the team fight maybe. So it is kind of a... I think Whitebeard's kind of maybe second guessing his current position. Good thing this isn't matchmaking or we're looking at... Guess what? You just got an abandoned Whitebeard. He's hiding in the trees, taking HOH's advice, and, well... Nyx Assassin's just happy to sit high ground and wait to see what comes their way. There's a Lincoln Sphere over on the side of Fluff now. This is, yeah, Jewel is the big spell to kind of deal with that. Whitebeard just... I don't know, it gives you some good vision, this little spot here. You see heroes walking past. He's going to see Venge now as well. And he's, I guess, persistent about this. Roshan is now being attempted, and SNA have shown they don't want to come out of their base. But if you want to contest Roshan, you're going to have to do that. Come on, Whitebeard. Make a move. Make a move, buddy. He pings out Legion. They see him. TC going to swing that direction, and, well, back towards Roshan we go. TC now going to summon the Necrobooks. Roshan is low, but not low enough to bring down before the arrival here. Ice Path comes in as well. Now the Jewel to start things off. TC's to target the BKB from Shredder, but he's going to lose the Jewel. Oh dear, TC comes out on top. The Song of the Siren going to maybe step a brilliant Ice Path. Oh no, it's not so brilliant. Mikey, what are you doing here? Jenkins gets kept alive thanks to the Grave here. Now he's going to fight inside his Chronosphere with no HP. He's starting to heal up. The heals, the Mask of Madness, but the damage isn't there. TC is just too damn tanky with this AC Vlads of his. And Leviathan can't find any kills just yet. They've got the Brewmaster split off. They want Brax as the main target here, and Brax, it looks like, will go down. No Reaper's Scythe available. Void going to buy back. That Grave BKB Void save on the Reaper. Sunken going to Grave TP, but gets cancelled by the Ice Path. More buybacks coming out from the Leviathan side. They're still in this one. They're using all the buybacks they can. Necro going to buy back on the Dire side. The Cask is bouncing. Shredder as well. Chibi getting locked in place, and Chibi's already used his split. Shredder's used his BKB. These two heroes both have no escape, it looks like. Possible Jewel could come out to Whitebeard, and it's going to be, well, Jenkins trying to protect the package, but it's not going to happen, and well, now he's in a world of trouble here. 5 seconds before there's a time walkout. Shibi's trying to fight for dear life as well, and it looks like maybe they can do this. Chibi's pretty tanky. TC comes back in. He's got a second shapeshift, 2-in-1 fight, and it looks like it could deliver with this one. He's trying to chase down the Vengeful Spirit. Doesn't have a respawn here, and he's now going to run into the face of Void. He needs some bashes. The Abyssal Blade, can he do it? The RNG is not there for the Void. It's a dieback. And now the last man standing, Nusham, going to die as well. It's all over for Leviathans. That was like 2 or 3 diebacks in that fight. Nyx Assassins used a buyback on the Necrophos. They're going to go into Roshan here, but I'm surprised they're not just pushing straight down that middle lane. And after all said and done, look at this. A 7k gold swing. 3 diebacks. 2 diebacks on the Nyx Assassin side. Oh, man. No, sorry, 2 deaths. So that's regular deaths. It was a Necrophos buyback, but there were 3 diebacks. It was an 8-for-3 trade. What a disaster. This is just going to go plop. Straight down we go. And then you go down the mid lane if you're SNA. Aegis is up on the Lycan. Brax is, well, hasn't got buyback, but he's got his Reaper's Scythe back, and all ultimates online for the Dire side. They do use the Macropie to push out some of these lanes, it looks like, as it is on cooldown for Mike, but they're ready for high ground. Ultis will be online for Leviathans, but this Brewmaster split is just not doing too much anymore. Not to mention these 5-second BKBs are causing all sorts of problems. Now they're just going to go straight for the racks. Glyph is available, but you don't have heroes to defend with. This is going to be at least 1 lane, looks like possible 2 lanes coming into play. Fluff is going to move forward, song all these heroes, just buy space for the double racks to happen. Focus it, focus it. No, there we go. They're going to glyph after the song. Looks like the song was maybe too close to the buildings. Fluff, you have to move like out of range of the tower in the song to do that. And Brood's going to just pick up a Desperation Basher. He wants to go in Whitebeard in the front lines. Has to be a bit careful. Jewel is coming out, but Shredder's going to lose another Jewel. Gets graved up. That'll keep him alive a bit longer here. Brack would love to go for Reaper's Scythe kill on someone. Not going to get bait up by the grave. There we go. Gets 1 kill. That was a Heartstopper aura kill by the looks of things. Brax doesn't have a good target to use that Reaper on. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Rax is being sieged here as well. Whitebeard going to throw out an ultimate. It's bouncing onto Sunken, not doing too much, but the important damage is being dealt with. It's the Raxes, the base, the infrastructure for Leviathans is just being taken out. The Chronos is going to be a solo kill on your Witch Doctor. Mid lane, though, it's TC taking down the Raxes here. He's got 7k gold. Illusions from Fluff is going to get the Mega Creeps, and with this, Leviathans, they're done for. Jenkins cannot deal with the illusions in times, and Fluff and stuff gets the Mega Creeps. And I don't see any way Leviathans can turn this one around. 52 minutes in. It took him a long time to get back in this game, but SNA, it looks like they've done it. TC has Aegis. He's going to try hold on to that one and just get himself the hell out of there. And all Leviathans can do is go for a 5-man desperation down the mid lane, but realistically, that ain't going to work. Not a chance in hell. Mike going to use the E-Blade on himself, try to get himself out of there, and he may well just do that. Can turn and Hex. Hex is Jenkins, and has a blink soon as well if he can break the damage. He's going to turn and fight. Oh my gosh, Sunken is dead here. Huge creep wave, liquid fire on him as well, and TC's fighting once more. Shibby the last man standing. Mike wants him, has a Yule Scepter if he needs to use it. Will turn Yule's Ice Path. GG, well played. The team wipe is complete, and sneaky Nyx Assassins in epic fashion have won a fantastic game against the Leviathans. What a great performance from both teams as well as a very entertaining game at that. 56 minutes of fun, and well, that does it for Starladder America for today. These two teams putting on a show, and with that, sneaky Nyx Assassins are 5-0 in Starladder. Whew, that is fantastic stuff coming out of them. They're looking red hot right now, and I gotta say, it's good to see the American scene kind of, a lot of these teams looking more stabilized. And this is the Leviathans team who got 3rd place in the Summit, and by no means are they suddenly playing bad. It's just all these other teams have stepped up their game. They're playing a hell of a lot better. There's your standings. They have not updated, but SNA after today will be 5-0. Yet to play EG, yet to play E-Hug. Those are their last 2 games of the group stage. Then you have Leviathans after today. They'll have 1 win and 4 losses. Playoffs hopes looking very grim. They would have to end 3-4 and probably only get into the playoffs with like some tiebreaker scenarios. So it's going to be really hard for them to get in, guys. Leviathans, well, they look good in the Summit, but so far Starladder has not done them many favors. This new patch, possibly some of these new heroes coming in, although we haven't seen Phoenix and Brood come into play just yet. At least not here in the Americas. We did see a Phoenix pick coming out of First Departure last night in the SEA region. But guys, that does it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm GoDz from Beyond the Summit. If you want to follow me, support me, you can follow me on Twitter at BTSGoDz. You can check out all the VODs if you missed anything on our YouTube, Beyond the Summit TV, as well as follow Beyond the Summit on Twitter at Beyond the Summit, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. That's it from me. See you guys tomorrow.